This is Samuel Alexander with another poem. This one from the Dark Book in the I See Things in Blue series titled Rayland. This one, if you've been following, um, came from the batch of poems that I legit wrote in high school for that fancy little project. So it's one of those, um, and that's why it's here actually, because I wrote it during the same age as the characters in the book, somewhere in between 14 and 18. So why not? And considering that this one has an eerily similar theme to My Heart and I, which I wrote in my 30s. So that is a big gap. We're talking 20 years now, guys. But the theme in this one, which I literally wrote in high school, is the same. It ends the same and it starts the same. And the only thing really, like sometimes if I don't tell people that I wrote these things at different phases of my life because I just got better at writing. Even for me, sometimes it's like I can see what I was gonna become as a poet when I smoosh, my work over the years together. Cause I wrote them all at different phases: teenager, mid 20s, mid 30s, and I haven't written any since. So I was definitely at different spaces. But style wise, I think it's mostly become about understanding how I write and doing it better. Same thing with books. My books now are decent, whereas when I first started, the way that I kind of approached them was the same. The results are different though because I've realized how to do what I intended to do better. Or more accurately, I realized how to do it in its entirety. Whereas in the first three books, I genuinely knew what I wanted to say, but still had no idea how to write that way. So there are big blocks within those books that will be similar to what my writing is now, but joining them together in the best ways possible and realizing what didn't need to be there, that took time. Writing is a learning experience. And I think I just got better at doing this. And that's why my new versions of poems still have similarities. So it's in here for that reason. And again, since this character is out and proud about being a performer, it just made sense for all of those reasons. So I'm just going to read it. This one is called Sea of Life. One day while out for a swim, the ocean turns to something I didn't wish to be in. The waves started rising and the water flow picked up its pace. Rain started coming down and my heart began to race. Rocks appeared out of nowhere and obstacles magically materialized. My arms grew tired, my legs grew weak. I thought I was going to die. Yet all those around me seemed unaffected. It started to make me lose my mind. I thought there was no way I could make it through and was frantic thinking of ways to survive. And just when I thought I'd reached the end, the waves became calm and the stormy weather died. After being so distressed and scared, I thought I must have been in the sea of despair. But soon after, I realized it wasn't the sea of despair, but instead the sea of life, and I was still in it. So 14-year-old me obviously still felt this way to a degree. Just an adultier version of this lives in My Heart and I. This is the teenage variety of it. But it's the same thing. I knew where I was going with it once I started writing it. It was just a matter of getting there. And as I was describing things are bad, things get better. I just figured that was life. And so I ended it that way, and I was still there. And my heart and I, it's like I followed my heart through hell, and back again to realize that I had never been gone. lives, and you're in it, and what you do with all those ups and downs dictate how it goes. But the emotions will always be valid. You'll always feel it, even when you know better. You'll still despair every now and then, because it's always a learning process. And I like the similarities of this to that. I also like the similarity of this to Rain, the story from Gavin's book, because it's definitely about water. And I really have an obsession with water. I don't know what that is, but rain and water and stuff, I love it. I genuinely do. It's just beautiful. Um, so there will always be seas. Like the very first poem I read, that was in Dario. That one talks about reefs and um, a river of endless possibilities and stuff. Water is so naturally flowing that it's easy to work with, and so I work with it often, and I'm okay with that. Um, but that's what I like about this, that I can find similarities to things that I wrote slightly after it, because I wrote All the Rains in my teenage years as well. But I think I was out of high school when I wrote at least two of them. I'm pretty sure only one existed while I was still in high school, but I was still not 20 yet. I was still a teen when I wrote them. Um, and so it's interesting to see how all of these um, kind of like play out, which is it's fun to see in relation to the new stuff that I write, that I had a thing and I had a style, and through repetition you grow and you just do what you already know how to do well better, and what you don't do well you improve on, or realize you don't need it anyway and you get rid of it. But that's pretty much why this poem is here. Back to the point, is that it just kind of like the artistry of it speaks to the fact that um, Raylan is an artist and Dario feels trapped, and both of those are smooshing together makes this poem make sense, at least in my head, that it would fit in her particular book. And I may bump into one that is just, this is entirely Raylan, but I'm not entirely sure because I can't remember what's coming next. But that was Sea of Life from my book Raylan. I See Things in Blue, to Darwin. And if you made it this far, as per usual, thanks for stopping by.